Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI related tutorial by Team Slidescope. In this part, we are learning about creating a dashboard which gives us global student social media usage and addiction insights. So we have average addicted score, a score that is given to each student on the basis of survey, their average age, average daily usage, number of conflicts they have on social media with their family members or anyone else, then their average mental health score, their average sleep hours. I will explain meaning of all these columns separately. We also have average addicted and mental health score by academic level. As in high school it will be more, or for graduate students it will be more. Student affected academically by social media. Gender wise average addicted score by age group. And we have grouped the social media platforms into some categories that we have named ourselves, and on the basis of that we can see that in visual chat networks average addicted score is more. On the basis of percentage, average addicted and mental health score by relationship status, they have told that their relationship status is either complicated, single, or in relation. And here we are trying to see the relation between average daily hours that they spend and their addicted score and number of students we have in each bin. So this is something that we are going to build, and because it's a global data, so we will be able to analyze it from on different countries also, like for India what is average addicted score, or for Brazil what is that, and how to provide these gradient colors. So let's get started with this tutorial. So the data set that we are using in this project is student social media addiction data set. It's a cross-country survey of usage patterns where they kept population, student age 16 to 25 enrolled in high school, undergraduate. Then geography is Bangladesh, India, USA, UK, Canada. You can see all the names here. Time frame data collected via one-time online survey administered in Q1 2025. And volume configurable sample sizes 100, 500, 1000 records based on research needs. So the question is simply focused on key dimensions such as usage intensity, platform preferences, and relationship dynamics. And each row represents one student survey response, offering a cross-sectional snapshot suitable for statistical analysis and machine learning applications. Dataset basically looks like this. We have information of a student ID, their age, their gender, their academic level, country, their average daily usage of social media platforms in hours, most used platforms. Obviously in the data set you can find the name, but I'm just using some general names like social networking, video platforms, or social entertainment. Like there are many platforms which where you just go and you see short videos, or you post images for social entertainment, or chat, so a visual chat or normal messaging. So we have categorized them. Now it says whether it affects academic performance, yes or no. Their social media access or their social media usage is affecting academic performance. How much sleep hours per night they are getting, their mental health score, their relationship status, and conflicts over social media, and their addicted score. So I will now use this data set in analysis. So we are going to open Power BI desktop, and here we will click on get data, and because the file is given as a CSV file, so I will simply connect that. So you can see the data is given as a student social media addiction. I will use this CSV. Make sure all the columns are properly aligned with their values so that we don't have any header problem. And now load the data if you don't have any problem. Data is now loaded, and we will simply open insert here, and then in insert I'm going to add a simple text box, and in that text box I will write a student social media addiction analysis, and this is a global data. Or I will simply give a name such as global student social media usage and addiction insights, and here I'm going to use something like a 28 font size, and let's make it bold. We can give this text a color. Now we can go to our canvas, and in our canvas we can put a canvas background. So we can go to color and let's choose this color and transparency as 0% to make it a background. And now we can use our headings like this. In text, in effects, we can enable a visual border. Keep the color as white but give it a rounded shape corner of around 14 pixels. In the data, we have many categorical fields like academic level, affects academic performance, yes or no, country, gender, most used platforms, which I have categorized into general names, the relationship status, sleep hours, and student ID is used for calculating how many total number of students do we have. So in the data set, there are metrics like mental health score, which is a self-rated integer from 1 to 10. 1 poor, 10 excellent, indicating overall mental well-being, allowing assessment of potential. And we also have columns like addicted score, which is a composite score from 1 to 10 based on a standardized survey scale like Bergen Social Media Addiction Scale BSMAS. You can read more about it. And all of this information is available on the official or the original source from where we have downloaded the data. I will provide this source URL as well so that you can go through this overview also. So that's why you can keep these different metrics as your target field. For example, the addicted score can be used as a target field, or whether it affects academic performance or not. So whether the social media usage affects academic performance or not. So this is something that you can do. So that's why we will explore the data, and that's why this is exploratory analysis dashboard. And I will also create a text box here so that I will put meaning important notes and meanings here as well. So here we have the source, which I will provide you in the description, and here we have this. So let's keep it as 14 pixels. So meaning of different columns will be kept here. So just for reference we can add these images, it's optional. So I'm just going to add this image of social media sharing so that it represents something about social media. Now here we can put a sidebar where we are going to put our filters, because we have so many of these filters available, and I'm going to put it here. In the sidebar we can give it a shape or rotation that I will do later, and here also I'm going to keep this here. For rotation you can see in the shape we have a style where we have effects and border. I want to see if it has a rounded shape or not. For that I think we already have that, so we will be using this one because we have already given that curve shape to our heading. So let's use this, and here we are going to use the same color as our font color. Obviously this sometimes takes time to prepare all of this. First we will prepare some KPI like addicted score, average age, average daily usage, so that it will give us some indication of how the data is distributed. So I'm going to create a simple KPI first of all. What is the average addicted score? We know that 1 is low and 10 is high, and which says that 6.4 is the average, so which is pretty high. And here we are going to use category level value in this color, and I will use it as a 35 font size. And next thing, here we can just rename for this visual as AVG, addicted score. This is category label. So for category label, we can use a different color. Let's use this color here and make it gold. This is average addicted score. Here also we can give a rounded corner. In effects, we have visual border. I will use white color, rounded corner of 12 pixel. Now let's create another copy. So I'm going to place these KPIs vertically in this data set. Now we know that students of 16 to 25 were surveyed. So obviously we know the average age, but we can confirm from this data also. And if it is not needed, I will remove this KPI, but this is average of age. Then what is their average daily usage? So average daily usage we can put here. So this is 4.92. So let's rename for this visual as, because we are doing average of average daily usage. So if you want, you can put it like this, or we can simply write average daily usage in hours. So on an average, a student who is surveyed here is using it for 4.9, approximately 5 hours every day. They are using these social media platforms. Now here they have given conflicts over social media column. The number of arguments or disagreements the student reports having had with family, friends, or lover or whatever. So they have given it. So that's what we have, and average number of conflicts can also be seen. On an average, everyone is having more than one conflicts because it is in quarter 1 of 2025. So we will write it as average number of conflicts. Next is mental health score. This is also based on survey which I just explained, and this will be average. So here also the average mental health score is 6.23. But here it is a good thing because it is a self-rated integer given by the survey. 1 poor to 10 excellent, indicating overall mental well-being, allowing assessment of potentials. So, so yeah, it is good. So we will write average of mental health score. And finally, we have average number of hours of sleep. You can see I'm just selecting average because I want to see the overall distribution. We cannot select sum here. If you want, we can select something like variance here in order to understand the data in a better way. But that's why we are keeping average here. So this is our global students social media usage addiction insights, and these are the KPIs that we have. Now we teach data analytics from scratch at our institute. So you can learn data analytics from scratch at slidescope.com, and we also have a dedicated Power BI course. So this is Power BI tutorial for beginners where you will find introduction, data import, transformation, advanced DAX functions, Power Query Editor. So we have dedicated chapters for everything. You can see visualization and data connections, dashboard in Power BI, DAX, etc. So you can try this course also. I will provide you the link of this course as well in the description. Next, now we have all the information that we need here, and now we will start preparing some other visuals. So first thing that we will try to find out is what is academic level wise addicted score or addicted score by academic level. So for that we will use a simple stacked column chart or a stacked bar chart, and here we will create that. Let's say we want to analyze both things, like we want to analyze the average mental health score and average addicted score. We can use both of them. That's why we are choosing stack column chart, or we can also choose our cluster chart. So for example, here we will put academic level on x-axis. So when we are preparing a horizontal chart or a vertical bar chart, sorry. So we put the categorical field on the x-axis, and on y-axis we keep our number. And here instead of sum, I am going to use average. So you can see on an average for high school students, the average health score is the average academic the addicted score, sorry, is more. And here if we keep the mental health status, okay, here, so you can see, first of all we have to make it average as well. Now you can see the ratio of both these numbers, and here we can go to the format your visual setting, and we can enable data labels to actually see these numbers. I will change the title. So this is average addicted and mental health score by academic level, and we are going to use a different text color for it, make it bold, align it to center. Here also I am going to give that curve shape, so we can find it in effects in visual border, although I can copy the formatting, but I am just doing it because we don't we have title here and we don't have title in this chart. So because we already have the number here, if it is optional, but in x-axis, like you have title and values. So if you want, you can disable, sorry, in y-axis, you have title and values. So you can disable the title and values if you want, because we already have shown the numbers using the data label. And we can see if, for example, in high school, the addicted score is more and average mental health score is less, which is increasing when you know students are doing students are at undergraduate level or graduate level. So you can see in graduate level it is more balanced. Next we will see to what percentage of students do these things affect academic performance. So we will remove everything here, and we will just put affects academic performance, whether it will be yes or no. And in a student we will write count of a student ID. So you can see out of all the number of students that we have, we can see 453 have said yes, it affects their academic performance. And obviously I will change the title, but I will also change the type of chart that we have. So, and here we will mention it as, so we can say count of students where social media affects academic performance, or we can also write students affected academically by social media. Here we can do one more thing. This is legend information. So either we can turn off, and in detail label we can show the category and percentage like yes and no. Okay, it can also be done. So you can see in 64% of cases they have said yes, it affects our performance. So we will reduce its width, and then I'm going to use this width because here I want to place 3 visuals in the first row. And if needed, we can also put total number of students that are surveyed. So I'm just copying this. In copy, I am going to disable category label. For callout value also I am going to use a smaller size. In general, I will go in effects and disable the background. You can see now the number is properly placed in our donut center, and obviously I'm going to change it. So we will use count of student ID. Every student ID is unique, so whether we do count of unique or not unique is going to display the same information. So here here we are just telling that these are the total number of students, and obviously I'm going to disable the border also because it is not needed here. A student affected academically by social media. Out of total 705, yes is 64.6, no is 35. We can also increase the detailable size because we have some space over here. So you can see, let's keep it this, make it bold, and let's choose a different color or something like this. Now we also have different age groups here. So first I will create a simple chart. For example, not like that. So I will create a simple chart here, and obviously width is something I'm going to adjust later. So in this chart I'm going to show on y-axis age, distribution of age, and on x-axis I will share addiction, which is our target field that I want to check here. And now not sum but average. So you can see that addicted score when students are in the age of 18, it is 7.79, it is more. Okay, even in students who are at age of 24, it is 6.12. At second place we have 6.59. For 23 it is lower, and for 19 it is higher. So obviously this is age group wise distribution of you know addiction score. So first of all I will copy the format painter, like use format painter to apply it here, and this is average of addicted score by age. Here you can see for some it is displaying, for some of them it is not displaying. So here because we have the data labels and its value is there, so I want to do one more thing. Position is auto, I will say prefer inside. We also have a sidebar here which we have kept for using as filter, like putting our filters. So I am just going to put a slicer here, and in that slicer I am going to first put the academic level. So academic level, whether it's graduate, high school, undergraduate, and we are going to use them as a drop down list. So I am going to use it as a drop down list, and here in general in effects I will give it a visual border of white and use 14 pixel rounded shape. That's what I'm going to do. So this is academic level. Let's make another copy of it. So first of all, whatever categorical fields we have, we will put them here, like affects academic level performance if you want to use it as a filter. For example, to those students who are affected by social media, right? Or students affected academically by social media. You can see there are 453 students, and you can see in these cases their addiction score is higher, like 8.32, and mental health score is lower. So in every age group it is higher. In case of no, you can see mental health score is better, and addiction score is lower. So from this you can conclude that as well. So this is affects academic performance. Next we will also put country as a field, and we will also put gender here, and finally most used platform and their relationship status. Next we have most used platform, so we have done that. And now let's see the country wise average addicted score. So first I will try displaying it with the help of a field map, with the help of gradients. So here I will put country name as a location, and I will wait for it to populate whatever countries we have surveyed. And next in tooltips I'm going to put the average addicted score. So in average addicted score First, yeah, we'll select average. You can see it is still not showing anything because we have to use gradients. So for that you can go to fill colors. Now you can go to effects or you can go to show all. For example, if you want to show all these countries in a different color, like you can select color for them manually, or you can go to effects and you can show it on the basis of some rules. And rules is that, let's say, if average edited score, so we will select edited score and average. So if this particular value is greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to some number, so let's say if it is less than 3, okay, then I'm going to give it a primary color of blue. New rule, if it is greater than equal to 3 and less than equal to 5, then we will choose little bit of concerning, or let's say this color. I'm just giving a rule here. If it is greater than equal to 5 and it is percent, I will choose number, okay? And it is less than equal to, I will say 7. So then it is little bit alarming. If it is greater than equal to 7, okay, and less than equal to 10 or less than 10, and it is very alarming, so something like that. So let me see. You can see in most of the countries it is showing red, because in India 7.98, USA. So you can see for all of them, or we can simply go to a gradient rule. In that gradient rule, we will say sum of addicted score, average of addicted score, and from a light color to a dark red color, or we can decide from a light blue to dark red, and we can add a middle color. So values will be evenly distributed. So you can see in countries where it is red, these are the countries where it is in the dangerous range, and where it is yellow, alarming range, and obviously for all of them it is in the alarming range, but this is how you can see at least. And we can copy format painter and apply it here as well. Sometimes while doing that it may change our gradient style, so I will just manually go and do the title. So this is title. We have selected the title as this color, made it bold, aligned it to center. So this is average of addicted score by country. And while analyzing the data, make sure that if any filter is applied, you can clear that filter, because actually we have selected if it affects the academic performance. So that is important. Now next thing is we can see gender wise addiction level. So we can simply copy this, paste it here, which will help us in seeing gender wise level, and we will just use a pie chart. And in legend we are going to select the gender, and in values we are going to select addicted score average. So you can see gender wise we cannot differentiate too much, but as per the data it is slightly higher than in female than male, 50.61, but pretty much even. For example, if we select a particular country, let's say if we select Australia, so from Australia they have only selected data of females, it seems. Let's say from Belgium they have only selected male. So that's why you can see while collecting the data also there is not even data, but this is something which we can conclude from here. Overall, globally, if we see, in female it is 6.52 as an average, or in male it is 6.36. Next, we also have most used platform types. I have not used the exact names, but I have used the most used platform types, which we are going to use as a category in funnel chart. First of all, I will copy the formatting here, and in values I will select the addicted score, and not sum but average. So for example, here you can see visual chat networks, where you send image as a chat. You can see it is higher in those cases. Then social entertainment, and on messaging apps, video platforms, social networking, microblogging, and professional networking, it is least. Because these professional networking sites are those sites which we mostly use for uh, you know updating our resume, applying to jobs, or connecting peoples in our company or something like that. So here the addiction level is low, but in visual chat networks where you send images as a chat, this is high. We also have different type of relationship status, so we would like to analyze for them as well. So I'm going to use a chart like this, or we can simply copy this one and put it here and reduce its height. I'm going to adjust heights equally later if needed. So for example, if we are putting this here, instead of academic level we will put relationship status here. So this is, and here actually I'm going to use 100% stack bar chart. So this is average addicted and mental health score by relationship status. So why I am using percentage, I'm just going to explain relationship status. So here you can clearly see that people who are in complicated relationships, their average of addicted score is 7.03, and their mental health score is low. Okay, but in proper relationships it is almost 50-50. So it's not like in proper relationship you are fully mentally healthy, but yes, it is 50-50. So there are things that you have to understand, and that's how data can explain different things. Next, we also have average daily usage hours, which is important thing. So we will see the distribution of average daily usage hours also, because it ranges from 1.5 hours to 8.5 hours. And to see the distribution, I will simply use line and stack column chart, because it gives us a line as one parameter, and as a column chart we can put something else. So what I mean by that is, in x-axis I will put average daily usage hours. In column y-axis I will simply count students who are there. So you will see how it is distributed. Most of the people are spending between 4.2 to 4.9 hours here as per this data. Okay, we can also create group. So we can create a new group where we can decide how many number of bins we want. Currently you saw there are 18 bins. We just want to visualize the data in 4 or 5 bins, like very low amount of usage, medium amount of usage, high amount of usage, very high, something like that. So I'm going to use 5 bins, and bin size now becomes 1.4 hours if I make it right. So like every bin will have a window of 1.4 hours or range of 1.4 hours. And now when we will do, you will see. So this is 4.3. So you can see from 4.3 to 5 point something. So here you can see most number of students are in this hour range. Like most of the students are spending around 4.3 hours on an average. Okay, there are very few students who are only spending 1 to 2 hours, and also very few students who are spending 7 to 8 hours. Most of them are spending in this range. And let's say in these range, first of all I will copy the format painter, so because I want to apply the same styling. And here what I will do, because we also have a line axis, in line axis I will put my parameter that I am analyzing as a target field, the average value. You can see that what is the average value, and it is increasing. So more students are spending time, you can see the more addicted they are becoming. Okay, so that's why people are spending less amount of time, their addiction level is also low. So this is telling us multiple things. Although the title is very much complicated, let me correct that. I'm just putting it as addicted score by hours of usage, so which you can see from here. If you directly want to see these metrics, you can also create a scatter chart here. Let's say we want to compare two variables. Let's say one is addicted score, which we will put it on x-axis, and other is average daily hours. I will say don't summarize here and don't summarize here. So you can see a increase here. That's what we were seeing there also, right? So these are the students, like some students may have said, so this is in the range of 4. Average daily hours are from 4.5, like 2.2 to 4.5, and their addicted score is 4, in the range of 4. So this is what you can check as a scatter plot also, or you can put all of them together and analyze it like this. And since we have line chart, so let's say we don't want to display the line as solid line, we want to show it as dotted line, you can do that as well. This is a stroke width, which we can increase or decrease, so that's up to you. Now because map chart is an important thing for us, because we are showing the global data, so I will just display it like this, so that we can get all countries in a glance which are there in this data set. So this is our global student social media usage and addiction insights analysis. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. Finally, if you want, we can also give it a different type of look and feel. So by just selecting a theme, although we have to adjust, but I'm just showing you, like we have different themes that can be selected here, and that will change your look and feel. And then you can increase or decrease heading and font size here. So if I try to keep the title around 10 pixels, and then we can copy this, for example we can copy the formatting, apply it here, apply it here. This is an optional thing that you can do, but obviously you saw from starting I just built it in a regular way. And even for our map chart, you can see they're displaying the values. If you want, you can select something from the theme. For example, lowest values are like this, highest values are red, and let's say something in falling in between, let's show them as green. So this is your choice. And now we can make all the heights equal. You can do all the cosmetics that you want. For example, if it is academically, you can put some icons here. If it is by age, you can put some icons here, that is additional, that I have shown in other examples also. So this is our global student social media usage and addiction insights, where you can see how social media addiction can be recognized with the help of data, or how we can visualize it. So try this at your end also. If you have any question, please share.